Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Happy New Year to you all. Appa is going to make a Chinese New Year dish again. I only would make it once a year because it's actually quite a lot of work, to be very frank. Okay, this is going to be the 5-spice meat roll, one of Appa's most popular recipes always. And throughout the whole video, I will be showing you all what are the tips for you all to look out for, because there are certain things, if you don't do it correctly, you will spoil this dish. Because Appa had experienced it a few times already. So things that I will you need to really take note, I will inform you throughout the whole video here. So you stay tuned for the whole video, yeah? Of course, to make the roll, you need the bean curd sheet. Now, the thing about this bean curd sheet is this: there are two types of bean curd sheet that you can find. One is the salty type, another one is the non-salty type. I prefer to use the non-salty type, so that it's easier for me to work on it. If it's the salty type, then you actually need to use a wet cloth to wipe very gently wipe away the saltiness. How do you know it's salty or not? Well, if there is a seller there, ask the seller, is it salty or not? If there isn't any seller, then put something into your mouth lah. You will know. Okay, so that's the thing about the bean curd. And then I have approximately 450 grams of minced meat here. You can mix a little bit of fatty meats if you want, up to you. So few things here. There are a few things is actually very important here. Number one is this is the water chestnut, which is minced. This is about four or five pieces of water chestnut. Recommended to use water chestnut. If you don't have water chestnut, you can use jicama, but very similar texture, very similar flavor, but water chestnut is sweeter and also more juicier. And then we have some minced garlic. This is the minced carrot. This is the minced fresh coriander. Now, even if for those people who doesn't eat fresh coriander, I would still highly recommend you to put inside, because without the fresh coriander, seriously, it tastes so different. You really should put in the fresh coriander, yeah? Also minced. And also minced shallot. As with the amount, this is each of it is somewhere around 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, minced carrot. This is probably about 1 to 2 tablespoons of fresh coriander. Shallot also about 1 to 2 tablespoons. But I'm going to put in a bit of ginger. So this is approximately 1 teaspoon of ginger. So why is it ginger lesser? Because you put in too much ginger, it will actually overpowering all the other flavor. Okay, so and this is about 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder, and of course we will need some seasoning. So first step is very important, which is actually to marinate the meat for a few hours. So let's start marinating the meat. All right, so let's start marinate the meat. First of all, I'm going to put in all this minced ingredient. Just how you would make a meatball, it's very similar. Put it in. And this is the 5-spice powder. Put it in also. You can start season it. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce to start with. I'm going to put in a little bit of my homemade chicken powder, about 1 teaspoon. Now this is optional, of course, because I don't really use the chicken powder outside, because I know what I put inside. My chicken powder is 100% natural. Hopefully one day I can sell it to make it available for sale for you. Okay, then I have some garlic oil. This will add flavor also. If you don't have garlic oil, you can put sesame oil also. This is about 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. I like adding a little bit of my favorite Vietnamese fish sauce. Few dashes of white pepper. Shao Hsing wine. Don't add too much liquid because you don't want this to be too watery, yeah? But of course, don't worry, later we will add some cornstarch also to this. I forgot to bring out an egg. We will need an egg later, yeah? And some salt. Some sugar. Okay. I will mix this up first before I add in the egg and also the cornstarch. Okay, we'll come back shortly. Okay, after you have mixed up everything, you will add in some egg, yeah? Let me break the egg first. Right, and some cornstarch. So the egg and cornstarch will actually helps to bring everything together. And then you will start, oops, you will start doing this, stirring it. Keep on stirring this onto one direction, and you want to keep on stirring until you really feel the traction. So why is it you want the traction? Because you want to create the gelatinous, yeah, the gelatinous inside your meat. This is very important for meat roll because if you don't create the gelatinous inside with the minced meat here, later after you cook your meat roll and you cut it open, the meat will actually break off very easily. Yeah, so this is one tip that is very important, which is you need to do this until you really feel the traction. Actually, I already feel the traction because I know sometimes when I buy certain pork, it is actually less watery, so you can create the gelatinous easier. Okay, do this for a couple of minutes actually if you can. Okay, so now you can feel it's very difficult to stir, getting harder and harder, and that is the kind of consistency you really want, and it's like a very thick meat paste like this. So what you want to do next is to wrap it with a cling wrap. Oops, where's my cling wrap? So wrap it with a cling wrap and put it inside your fridge for minimum 2 hours. Now, this part do not skip. Please do not skip, because you really want the flavor or the marination to really sink into the meat itself. So leave it in the fridge for minimum 2 hours. Wrap it with cling wrap. Okay, just to add, somebody asked Appa before, Appa, how do I know whether this is salty enough or is it too salty or too bland? Well, what you can do here is you can actually take out a little bit, put it inside the microwave and cook it. Make it until it is cooked, then you can taste whether it's too salty or not, right? Normally I try to go lighter so it won't be too salty. Because at the end of the day, when we eat this meat roll, you can definitely dip it using chili sauce and what. And if you are using the bean curd, which is salty, right? Wow, this is definitely, you want to make it less salty, yeah, to balance two together, yeah. Okay, this is after 2 hours. I have taken out the marinated meat from the fridge, and also I have taken out one of the bean curd sheet to cut it into 8 pieces. Usually, I will cut it into 8 pieces like this. Yeah. And actually my bean curd is a little bit dry because this is probably the third or fourth day of putting it inside my fridge. My advice to you, best to do this dish when right after you bought your bean curd sheet. Then your bean curd sheet, it will still be the softest and more humid. Yeah, mine is a little bit dry already. Okay, just now I actually already did some. So now I just want to very quickly show you how to do it, how to wrap it. Very easy. Prepare two things at the side, or actually maybe only water also will do. I prepare some cornstarch water as well. So the first thing to do is you want to soften your bean curd sheet with water, so that it's easier for you to wrap. You won't break too easily. Okay, so if you are using the salted type, then you probably need a wet cloth to very gently wipe away the excessive salt. Yeah, mine is not, so it's okay. I don't have to do that. Then you use a spoon to scoop out. Usually I will scoop out about 2 big tablespoons. Roughly lah, agak lah. And then make sure it is very tight. Yeah, make sure the fillings inside is actually very tight, because if it's not tight also, when you cut it, it will actually break quite easily. So you want to make sure it's very tight. Right, turn 1 round and 2 round. After you turn 2 round, then I will flip in the left hand side first. Also soften it with water. Then I will turn 1 round. After that, I will wet the other side and also flip in. Then I'm going to turn 2 round. Alright, basically it's done. So what we do next is you either use water or I can use cornstarch to wet the ending part, and use a knife to trim away the excessive bean curd. You don't need it, then you just turn it. Right? Okay? Very simple. And we will put it aside. Now you will notice 2 things here. Number 1, I actually put it on top of a bamboo surface. And also you will notice I actually leave some space in between all this. There's a reason for it. Number 1, basically I don't want them to stick together, especially at the bottom. It can stick very easily. Yeah, so you actually need something to allow it. It will not, after steam, it will not stick at the bottom. And then also you want to put them into different, I'm sorry about the light. You want to put them into at least 1 centimeter apart, so that it will not stick together as well. So after that, we are going to steam this. So why is it you will need to steam it, then only we will fry? Because with this kind of thickness, there is no way that you can actually straight away put it into the hot oil and fry until it is everything fully cooked. No, because the bean curd outside can actually get burned very easily. So you actually have to go and steam to make the whole thing is already cooked, and later we will just use some mild heated oil to fry, to just give it some crispiness outside and some extra fragrance. Okay, so this is why we need to steam first, then only we fry. Okay, so you get ready your steamer. After the steam goes away, very carefully we will put in this tray. I'm using a fork to help. If not, I don't know how to put it in also. Underneath there's actually another layer of aluminium just to keep the shape. Okay, Then we're going to cover this and steam it using medium-high heat for at least about 10 to 15 minutes. Probably about 12 will be more than enough. Right? Okay, this is after approximately 14 or 15 minutes steaming under medium-high heat. Wow, I can smell it right now. See, even when I put them slightly apart, I can still some will actually stick a little bit, but it's okay. We can easily separate it using a sharp knife. Now it's basically almost done, and it is very delicate. Yeah, it is really very delicate. So you need to handle with care. I would suggest you leave it to cool down first, then only you actually take it out, or you just take the whole thing out separately and leave it there to cool down for a while. And the thing, right, what you are seeing here is almost like 90% done. Say today you only want to eat 3 pieces, so you take out 3 pieces and go and deep fry or pan fry that 3 pieces. The rest you can actually put, when it is cooled down, you can actually arrange it in a box or Tupperware and keep it inside freezer. Yeah, you need to keep it inside freezer. So next time in future, 1 week or few days later, you want to eat 1 pieces or 1 piece or 2 pieces, you can just take it out one by one. But another thing to take note is when you're arranging it into your Tupperware, make sure it is also separated using some kitchen towel or something else. You cannot put them together, it will also stick. Okay, so all these things is actually you need to take note. So I'm just going to leave it to I will take it out and leave it to rest to cool down. Now, a few things to note here. Whichever way you want to use it to actually raise the thing up, you must make sure it has a lot of holes so that it doesn't, meaning that you cannot just simply put 1 layer of baking paper. Baking paper, even though it will not stick on it, but the thing is, you may have to poke some holes on the baking papers. I never really tried before, but you need to allow all the humidity and the liquid to really go down. If not, it will actually stay on the plate or baking paper, which will make your which will somehow ruin your 5-spice meat roll here. So what I'm using here is actually this thing. I don't know what is this called, and then another layer to actually keep the shape. Alright, this after approximately cooling down for about 10 minutes. Then you heat out a little bit of some oil here. It doesn't have to be very hot, somewhere around 120 degree, 130 degree. How would you know? Basically, just put a chopstick inside here and you will see a little bit of very slow bubbling, very slow bubbling like this. Okay, if it's very vigorous bubbling, then it's too hot. You need to reduce, because like I mentioned earlier, the 5-spice meat roll can actually get burnt quite easily. Okay, I'm going to fry 3 pieces. Now we just want to make the outside crispy, that's all. It is already cooked, remember? We just want to give it some color. Ooh, the color comes out very fast. Okay, you just want to make the skin crispy and give it some brownish, beautiful brownish color, and take it out. So it's going to be very fast. I will be getting ready some oil absorbing paper at the side. Beautiful. Beautiful brownish color. I will just give it another 10-20 seconds and then I will take it out. See? And it's super fragrant right now. Right. Done. I'm going to take it out one by one and put it onto the oil absorbing paper. Wow, so fragrant. I wish you can smell this. Let it cool down. Alright, let it cool down for a couple of minutes before you cut it. Okay, this is after a couple of minutes cooling down. Always cut your ingredient when it is cooled down, not when it is still very hot. When it's still very hot, all the molecules inside is all very active. Yeah. Still a bit hot, but it's okay. Oh, look at how beautiful it is. Ooh, I can feel the crispiness also. Ooh, look at it. Beautiful. I'm going to cut the rest. Okay, so notice how all the meat will stay in shape, that it doesn't break away. This is what I'm saying. All this, you need to create the gelatinous inside the wrap, and also make sure everything is tightly wrapped. So you will get something like this. Nice, right? And we are going, I love to eat it with garlic chili. Okay, so I hope, and the rest we can keep in the freezer. Yeah, the rest right here, will keep it inside the freezer. And that's it. This is my dinner for tonight. I hope you like my video. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.